Cheers, John. Man, there's a lot of music in Home Alone, and I don't just mean rocking around the Christmas tree, even though that song is also very epic. But man, the songs, composed by fucking John Williams or whatever his name was, is composed the word, I don't know. Great job, man, because that music in Home Alone is absolutely iconic, and I love it, and I'm always humming it, and people are always telling me to shut up. Now, I really love Home Alone. In fact, it is by far my favourite Christmas movie of all time, and maybe it was a mistake for me to review my favourite Christmas movie of all time as my first sort of Christmas related video on this channel. But man, to be fair, I wasn't planning on reviewing Home Alone, but since a new Home Alone film came out a month ago, I thought, now would be the best time to do one. But anyway, yeah, we are reviewing Home Alone, and first of all, Kevin McAllister. Let's talk about him. He's just such a likable child. You know what I mean? He's relatable. If you were 8 years old and had the house to yourself, you would act the exact same way he'd be acting. You'd be eating all the junk food. You'd be playing with other people's shit, and you'd be watching films that, you were not allowed to watch when your parents were home. And that is exactly how I felt when I was younger. When I was younger, I always wanted to watch horror movies. I've always, been really interested in them, but I was just never allowed to watch them. So, yeah, I was really unhappy about that, and I always thought, man, I wish I could watch a horror movie. But to be fair, in this film, he doesn't really watch a horror film, but he does watch a fairly violent film called, I don't know, something to do with angels. I think it's a gangster film, whatever.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
But, yeah, man, he's just such a relatable character, and the actor, Macaulay Culkin, Michael Jackson's boyfriend, he actually did a really good job as his character, and it's him that makes his character so likable, even though you can argue that his acting's a bit, exaggerated. But man, I actually love that about him, so I'm not even gonna have that as a negative. So yeah, Macaulay Culkin is Kevin McAllister, best Christmas movie protagonist ever, no cap, so relatable, and just so lovable, that's all I can say. But the other characters in this film, well, you could say, parents are pretty bad parents, but, we sort of needed them to drive the plot forward. But, it's kind of mad that you have this, house filled with so many people in this film, but yet again, you can remember, most of the family members. You can remember their faces, you can remember how they sound, you can remember some of the lines from them. I don't know how they did it, but they just somehow made, nearly every character in the McAllister's home memorable. I really don't know how they did that, but they did.
Listen, Kev, what are you so worried about? You know Mom's gonna pack your stuff anyway. You're what the French call les incompetents.
What?
Now let's talk about some of the standouts of this film. Harry and Marv, who are the antagonists of this film, and they're definitely something. Now, what can I even say about these characters apart from the fact that I really, really, really love them? Maybe I love them a little bit too much, since they are thieves that are trying to bully a child into letting them rob his house. But still, you gotta love them. The comedy in this film is indeed at its best when these two characters are on your screen. They are literally the funniest part of this film, and there are some funny parts in this film even without them, and that's just showing how good the comedy is, really. And man, I do love these two actors, even though I haven't really seen them in really much anything else, really. I really like Joe Pesci. I like the other bloke playing Marv. I think these characters are honestly perfect casting, you know what I mean? If you got different actors to play these characters, then it just wouldn't really hit the same, would it? And yeah, these two characters, man, I do like Kevin McAllister, but they're probably my two favourite characters in the bloody film. And when they are getting tortured by Kevin, man, that whole sequence is iconic. Every trap is memorable, Every line from these two characters is memorable. Why the hell are you dressed like a chicken? I'm gonna kill that kid. You're missing some teeth. So yeah, the traps in this movie, really well done and memorable, really creative, and they haven't quite topped the traps in this movie. Home Alone 2 ones were also pretty good, but man, you can't top these traps.
He's only a kid, Harry. We can take him.
Ah, shut up, will ya?
Oh,
What is it?
you're missing some teeth.
Where? That's where I go to. I'll kill him. You found me with one more can, kid, and I'll snap up your cojones and boil them in motor oil.
See, how can you not love these guys? Oh, other things I like about this movie is, well, something I'd like to mention is a lot of people who don't like this film complain about how unrealistic it is, and yeah, I do agree with that, but aspects of it are realistic when you think about it. If you were a child home alone, then, like I said before, Kevin is like exactly how any other child would react. They might be loving it at first, but later on, they'd be feeling really sad and would want their family back, especially around Christmas time, and I feel like that just adds a lot of emotion to it, especially when Kevin is walking home all on his own and he sees a family through someone's window, a house window, and he sees them putting up a Christmas tree and all that. Man, emotional stuff right there. And the fact that he asks some guy that all he wants for Christmas is his family back because the guy supposedly worked for Santa. Man, that hit you because like Kevin was finally realizing what he had. Like, he didn't know what he had until it was gone, and that's some good character growth. And something else with this character, Kevin McAllister, is that he starts maturing a lot when he starts like getting to know the Old Man Marley or whatever he's called. That is actually a subplot that I think was really well done, and it was like, you know, it wrapped up satisfyingly where like, satisfyingly, is that a word? I don't know. And where he was like worried about talking to his son, but Kevin McAllister persuaded him to talk to his son, and then him and his son are actually close again. Like, this little 8-year-old boy is the reason why this man gets to spend Christmas with his family for the first time in ages. Man, I love that. And the thing I like about this as well is when Old Man Marley and Kevin are talking, Kevin is more mature, but he doesn't get like too mature to the point where it's just like unrealistic. Like, he still feels like a child.
Been a good boy this year?
I think so.
You swear to it?
No. I've been kind of a pain lately. I said some things I shouldn't have. I really haven't been too good this year. I'm kind of upset about it because I really like my family. Even though sometimes I say I don't. Sometimes I even think I don't.
How you feel about your family is a complicated thing.
Especially with an older brother.
Deep down, you always love them. But you can forget that you love them. And you can hurt them and they can hurt you. I'm not welcome with my son. Years back, before you and your family moved on the block, I had an argument with my son, and I said I didn't care to see him anymore. He said the same. We haven't spoken to each other since.
You should call your son.
What if he won't talk to me?
At least you'll know. Then you can stop worrying about it. And you won't have to be afraid anymore. Just give it a shot. For your granddaughter anyway. I'm sure she misses you. And the presents.
I sent her a check.
Wish my grandparents did that. They always send me clothes. Last year I got a sweater with a big bird knitted on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Not for a guy in the 2nd grade. You can get beat up for wearing something like that.
Oh?
Yeah. I have a friend who got nailed because there was a rumor he wore dinosaur pajamas.
Alright, this film isn't perfect. There aren't many perfect films out there. So, some negatives. Literally, Harry was literally yelling his plans to rob the McAllister home to Marv in, like, daylight, like, really loud. And I feel like that was just a dumb thing to do, even for these two characters. and especially Harry, since he's supposed to be the smart one out of the two. And I think it was just sort of a really poor way of getting Kevin to know when they planned on robbing the house, if you know what I mean. Also, there is this one joke in the film where, like, Kevin is, like, doing some shit in the bathroom, to stay clean, and he puts like aftershave on his face or something. He like slaps it on and then screams. It's just a little joke in the film. It's not even very funny, but I guess it's harmless. But I mean, they just did it like twice, and I mean, I don't see what the point in that was really, especially since it wasn't even that funny the first time. You could say it's a nitpick, but it's a bit weird that one of the unfunniest jokes in the film is repeated. Oh, and also the police in this film, they're fucking brain dead.
There's no one home. The house looks secure. I'm the counter kids again.
Are you fucking stupid?
Are you gonna knock on a door a couple of times, look through one of the windows, and then jump to the conclusion, yo, there's definitely not an 8-year-old child in here? What the hell's going on? How? What? Why would an 8-year-old boy, like, care about even answering the door to someone? He's probably shitting himself in there because he's all alone, and you're thinking, nah, there's no one in there, pal. Fucking stupid. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give Home Alone an A-. This is my favourite Christmas film ever. It just has so much magic to it, where it's like, man, the fact that this film exists and it's this good is a Christmas miracle. And man, apart from maybe Home Alone 2, the magic of this film hasn't really been replicated in any other Christmas film, really. I'd say, this film has more Christmassy magic to it than films like Elf and Polar Express or whatever people's favourite Christmas films are these days. I don't bloody know. But yeah, Home Alone has an A-. I think it's bloody good. And anyway, everyone, it's Christmas Eve today. I hope you are excited for tomorrow, because it's Christmas Day, and we're all cheerful here, we're all friends, and we love Christmas here. Yeah, I'm uploading this on Christmas Eve and not Christmas Day, because, like, let's be real, no one watches my shit already as it is, so there's no way people would watch my shit on Christmas Day. Bloody hell. But anyway, yeah, I did enjoy doing this Home Alone review for Christmas, because I didn't really do any sort of Christmassy video last year, because my last video on this channel last year was in November. And man, I think my video quality has improved so much this year than how it was last year. Not gonna lie. So anyway, everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful holiday, and I hope you have a great Christmas Day tomorrow. And I also do hope that you enjoyed this video, because, like, I made it at the end of the day. Like, I put effort into this video. I put my heart and soul into this shit, and if you don't like it, then, like, what the fuck's the point? You know what I mean? Anyway, Christmas spirit. I've got it. I've got that Christmas spirit. Merry Christmas, everyone. Goodbye.